How's it going, YouTube? This is Wake Run Collapse. So, today, I picked up a package from the post office, and this is going to take some explanation, and there's a reason why the video is as long as it is going to be, because I like to point out all facets of this, and why maybe I could have been a little more careful, but why I still think it's going to work out pretty great. Okay, so today I picked something up from the post office. Even the guy at the post office said, "I bet you have something good in there." And I know him pretty well because I'm always, sending out to people. And when I saw the envelope it came in, I kind of had to agree with him. So this is the envelope it came in. It's gorgeous. This is from yuyu-tei. You can actually see it right here. yuyu-tei. This is a Japanese website that sells a variety of collectibles, but they sell, obviously, Japanese Pokemon cards. I actually came across this site inadvertently. I have to give some love to Hungry Kabigon. If you haven't checked out his channel, he does lots of Japanese stuff. Definitely check him out. I've been watching him. He's great. And I think he posted something about some of the pricing for some of the Shinings in Shining Legends, which of course we're still working through our case on. But I decided to check it out and see how good the pricing was. And I found a lot of stuff on there that I wanted to get. And I ended up spending $400 on the website. Here's the good part. We're going to go through the explanation of how this works, and also maybe why this isn't a great plan of attack, especially if you're, just looking to fill a few holes in your Japanese collection. And then we're going to open it and see all the stuff that I got. So a few things were actually canceled, and I'm not entirely sure what they were, because they're all in Japanese. So when they sent me the cancellation email, I was like, okay, well I still got 90% of the stuff that I wanted. It's going to work out. Here's your cautionary tale. I didn't look up anything about the website. I don't know anything about the website. Everything looked 100% legitimate, and clearly I got it, and I paid through PayPal and all this other important stuff that you have to make sure that you do in these situations. But I never actually checked out the website to see if it was good. I never asked anyone, how's your success with it? How's the card condition? But they seemed extremely reputable, and I felt, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Not a great choice in general in life. You always want to do your research. Don't be like me. Just listen to the advice. The way that this happened, I do not believe that yuyu-tei ships outside of Japan. So, if you want to purchase from any of these Japanese websites that will only ship inside of Japan, you always want to employ a middleman service. I've spoken about Tenso, who is a middleman service that I've used in the past. When I'm purchasing from the Japanese Pokemon Center, they get shipped to my address. Imagine I did quotations there. My address at the Tenso facility. They notify me of it, and obviously I have to pay for the products, for the shipping to their warehouse, for the shipping to my house, and then I've got to pay some fees, obviously, because they need to make some money off of the deal, and then they'll send it to me. This worked a little bit differently. I used Buyee, which is B-U-Y-E-E. It's actually like a little widget that's on my Firefox browser. And I was able to click on the auctions individually. And rather than adding them to my tab, I would add them to my Buyee cart. And I would just go through page after page after page and add the quantities of the cards that I wanted. And eventually, I would place the order with that other company instead of with yuyu-tei. I would purchase from Buyee. It ended up being about $375. Plus, it ended up being the shipping that came to my house, so it ended up right around $400. And they went on to the website and they purchased everything for me. Had it shipped to themselves because I'd already paid for it, and then they contacted me when it had arrived and posted it, to me. So middleman services are important. They're crucial to be able to get some of the stuff at some of the prices that you might want. And I'm very, fortunate and happy that I'm able to make a purchase of this magnitude. And then, fill some holes in my collection as well as my sale binder that I know I'm going to want to boost up some stuff on, especially given some of the pricing that I got. And of course, purchasing in bulk always helps. It helps thin out a lot of the costs that you would associate with it. So I just don't know if scissors are going to work for this. I'm not sure. The envelope's so pretty, I kind of want to keep it. But I also know that I can't, so there's no way that would work. Oh, yeah. Let's see. It's not a Wake Run Collapse video if he's not struggling with tape, right? Let's see, what's the least devastating way to get into this envelope so that I might save it? There doesn't seem to be one. They've taped the crap out of this. Oh, I think we're in. Are we in? Sort of. We're sort of in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to chew this one up, unfortunately. Can't save the envelope, but it looks really cool. Okay. Again, rip to the envelope. Looks awesome. You go over there now. Here's the purchase. It is of some significance, and I'm gonna have to check it to make sure that I didn't that I don't have any of like my personal information on here. So forgive me while I unplastic wrap this. I promise I'm not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. I just don't know how they package this stuff. Clearly saran wrap. There's not a shortage of that in Japan, so that's cool. But mostly, I don't want like my phone number or anything else like that posted. I blacked that out when I purchased stuff from AmiAmi as well. My goodness. So much clingy. Okay, so that is mine. That is mine. This is an advertisement for Duel Masters. And look at all the blue and yellow. Ah, this is my invoice. This is the thing that I wanted out of there. Yep, yuyu-tei.jp. And the invoice looks hilarious, but that's going to stay over there. But anyways, these cards are mine. And so are these, and so are these. This was a $400 purchase. Let's see how I did, shall we? First I'm going to open up this, because I don't know what it is. I have no idea what's happening with this. So we're just going to open it. It's immediately lost all value as a sealed item. Unfortunately, it previously had 0 value to me because I didn't know what was happening. There's this little thing coming out of here. Oh, is this some sort of like storage thing that they ship me because I've bought so much stuff? Let's see. It would seem so. Does this like build into a deck box? I think it does. Because like it's cool like this, but it says, maybe you can't read that, right up close it says, we are all set. Open the gate now, right with your hands? I'm not going to pretend that I understand this, but these look like dividers for a deck box, and I think this folds over or something. I don't know. I'm figuring that out later. We have cards to get into, and we're almost 10 minutes into the video, and I haven't even shown you what I purchased. Told you it was going to be a lengthy one. Anyways, we'll see on conditions, but for now, and nothing out of here is immediately available for sale. I've got to check everything for individual conditions and so on and so forth, check pricing, but leading out with a Mega Tyranitar Full Art is a great way to start. Now, again, keep in mind, big purchase, how did I do? That's what I want to hear in the comment section. Mega Tyranitar full art. We've got Espeon EX, Ho-Oh EX, and a couple copies of that. Alakazam full art from X and Y 10. Got 2 of those. Got a Mega Beedrill EX from Premium Champion. Couple of those. Also picked up a Mega Lucario EX from the same set. Got Mega Rayquaza EX, the Dragon type version from actually a while ago. Managed to grab a couple of those. Got Golduck Break. This was part of like a deck or something like that. I think it was Golduck Break and Palkia EX were in that deck. But I snagged me a couple of those. Also got the Zygarde EX. A couple of those. Great pricing on them, so I couldn't pass them up. Now we've got Magiarna EX. Fairy, not Magiarna, I'm sorry, Diancie EX Fairy type. I was like, what the hell, it's not a Magiarna. I was thinking back to something else. And there's the Audino EX. So we got 2 of those and 2 of those. So pretty sweet pile up so far. I think we're doing pretty good. Now we've got a full art in the front of this as well. Usually a good sign. So we've got a Yungoos full art. Here's an Espeon Hyper Rare. Talk about hitting the ground running. That's a pretty good one. We've got a Komo-o GX full art. And the Hyper Rare version as well. Got a second one of it too. Just for fun. Just for funsies. Found a good price on them, pulled the trigger. Wishy-Washy full art. The full art and Hyper Rare versions of this card are pretty darn cheap in Japan. So I snagged me a couple. Got the Lycanroc full art as well. Metagross full art. Awesome. Got the full art Mallow supporter 2. A lot of Sun and Moon 2 in here. There's that Wishy-Washy Hyper Rare. How you doing there, friend? And your twin brother. Good to see you. Also picked up the Hyper Rare Lycanroc. And a second copy. Yes, indeed. Lots of Hyper Rares in this one. Lycanroc GX, this being the set-based one from Sun and Moon 2 Plus. Got a couple of those, and a couple Machamps as well, if it actually shipped me those. But it doesn't look like it did. So it looks like we just got the Lycanrocs and maybe missed out on the Machamps. But what we did get is a card that I desperately needed for my collection, the Tapu Fini GX Hyper Rare. Now's a good time to check condition. How are we looking? It's looking pretty stellar, actually. That's exactly what we want and need and got to have. Fantastic. Again, status check. How we doing so far, guys? I feel like I'm pretty well off so far. Which one do we want to go with first? You know what? We're going to go with the thank you pack first. We're going to go with thank you pack and save the Alolan Muck Hyper Rare that I needed for the end, because maybe they have some other stuff that I also needed to get for myself in there. So that's going to go down. And it looks like they actually included a code for me for 5% off my next purchase. So that's fancy. I'm going to keep that in case I'm super satisfied and decide to come back for more. Some more EX power with the Charizard, Mega Camerupt. Got Jolteon as well from Best of X and Y. I was struggling to keep those, so I got a couple. Also the Mega Mewtwo Y version EX, again from Best of X and Y. Mega Sharpedo as well. Full Art Mega Camerupt. Full Art Mega Manectric. Full Art Regirock. Full Art Mega Lucario. Full Art Zygarde. Full Art Aegislash. Hyper Rare Lurantis from Collection Moon. Hyper Rare Lunala from Collection Moon. Hyper Rare Umbreon from Collection Moon. Incineroar Full Art from Sun and Moon 1 Plus. And how about a second one of them? Yeah. Vikavolt Full Art from, again, Sun and Moon 1 Plus. Toxapex Full Art from the same set. And another Gumshoos. Sorry if I said Young Goose before, it's basically the same mon. Another Gumshoos Full Art from Sun and Moon 1 Collection Sun. And we still have more to go. We still have more stuff to go. All in the same purchase. It really seems like it's worked out well for me. I know of a few cards in here that are less exciting, so I'm going to actually pull it off of camera and see if they're in the back and move them forwards. Yeah, we're going to do it this way. The final cards, we've got the Lycanroc GX from the Rockruff Full Power deck. Managed to get a few of those. The Snorlax GX promos. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I also got 5 copies, if they're all here, of the Beware GX, the gym promo. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Trying to take care of you guys. Shiny Tapu Koko GX is back. Got a couple copies of that. Pretty stoked about it. Also was able to pick up Noivern Break. A couple of those. And now to finish off the last pile, we've got a Mega Sceptile Full Art. All the way back in Bandit Ring. Alolan Muck Hyper Rare. Yes, indeed. That's a brand new card. Brand new. Also brand new. Golisopod Hyper Rare. Needed that for my collection as well. And finishing things off with maybe the most valuable card in the entire purchase, the Ultra Rare Rescue Stretcher, which I really struggled to pick up at a reasonable price elsewhere, and I decided this is probably the best available savings for me, so I went with it. Still some cards that I'm looking for. Their stock was not totally amazing in terms of the brand new sets. They did struggle to keep some stuff in stock, but that is completely understandable given the circumstances and wanting to make sure that you have enough without going totally overboard on your stock. But I managed to pick up 1 Ultra Rare and 3 Hyper Rares that I needed for my personal collection, plus everything else that you saw here. So, you know, doing a quick perusal condition check right through the sleeves, everything looks awesome. So I've got a good feeling that this is a strong recommendation from me. If you decide to make a big purchase from a Japanese retailer looking to fill out your collection, this could be an option for you, especially if you're buying a lot. You'll be saving on those shipping costs by combining everything together. And hey, if it's not for you, maybe something in here will be. When the time comes, of course. I gotta focus on this booster case of Shining Legends first. But this came in, and I really wanted to make a video on it, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for getting to the end of this video. If you haven't hit the like button already, and you did enjoy what you saw, I encourage you to do so. If you're new to the channel, then I encourage you to subscribe because I do Japanese card openings, collection videos, basically all the time, every chance I get. So I hope that you might enjoy that and want to stick around. And I'm going to get back to filming more booster box openings so I can keep you guys even happier than you were when you started and you clicked on this video. Thanks again for all your continued support, and I will see you later today.